If I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, for about 20% of this movie, I did not understand what they were saying because of the Jamaican accent. But don't get me wrong, it's a really nice accent. But they really had me looking like that one Nick Young meme out here. Putting that aside though, I don't think it'll affect my review of the movie. So don't you worry about a thing, because every little thing is going to be alright.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
What up, YouTube? This is Ground Entertainment. I'm Eddie G, and today we're going to be reviewing Bob Marley One Love. We're going to start all these reviews by giving you the quick synopsis of the film. Bob Marley One Love is a biopic that tells the story of Bob Marley's rise to fame and lasting legacy as a reggae ambassador. The film focuses on pivotal moments in Marley's life, from his early music career with the Wailers, I hope I said that right, to his solo success and political activism. Now, right off the bat, I think the synopsis kind of gives away what doesn't work in this movie, and that it feels extremely clunky and rushed. Early on, we go from the political turmoil in Jamaica, how it's affecting his family, how there's death threats upon him, how somebody actually acts upon them threats, and then we quickly jump to his life in England, where he works on his Exodus album and his European tour, which I think is the best part of the film. That whole little stretch when he's in Europe and he's working on his music, he's working on his craft, and he finally explodes on the global scene. And then after that, we make a quick return to Jamaica, where he has that famous concert where he brings two political adversaries together and, brings peace even for a little moment to the country. But the problem is they tried to squeeze all of that into a 1 hour and 45-minute runtime. I think this movie would have benefited greatly from either being longer, and I'm not one that likes longer movies. I like the short runtime, 1 hour and 45 minutes. But in this particular case, you're working with a biopic. It's Bob Marley, It's a great person, great musician, great everything. So I think it would have benefited maybe if it was 2 hours and 30 minutes long. It wouldn't have felt so rushed and clunky. I think there was some real potential there to kind of give full light to his story. And I think the best part was honestly Kingsley Benadir, the protagonist, aka Bob Marley, because he really embodied, I think, Bob Marley as a person and as a musician, because that's kind of the line that some of these actors have to walk when they have biopics that represent somebody in the music industry, is that, them, the musician, and the person can sometimes be two different people, and sometimes in film we fail to connect that together into the one person. I think Kingsley Benadir does a great job of doing that, and he really embodies Bob Marley, the family man, Bob Marley the musician, and just Bob Marley the person who really is all about peace and love. I think Kingsley Benadir really portrays him in the best way possible. I don't see anybody who could have done the role better. And I was able to separate him from some of his other roles. We've been seeing him a lot, either as Ken in the Barbie movie. We saw him as Gravik in Secret Wars, and I felt none of that because Bob Marley was a totally different character for him to play, and I didn't see any of his previous characters in this movie. It's a good thing that I wasn't thinking about Secret Invasion while I was watching this movie, because we all know that show is...
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
But overall, I think he was able to capture a genuine performance of Bob Marley as a musician and Bob Marley as a person, which I think is a very difficult thing to do when you're working with a biopic. What I absolutely loved about this film, though, was whenever they were working on the music, like being able to see how Bob Marley worked on his craft, how him and his team worked on the music, was so entertaining to watch. And I think the filmmakers really did a good job of putting us in those moments. I really felt like I was there while they were working on Exodus. It was just very inspirational to see how somebody who's so passionate about music goes about making music. It's not just about, dropping a beat. It's not just about, I can sing. It's about really telling a story. And I think the filmmakers did a good job of capturing that, which was ultimately what Bob Marley was all about, was telling a story with his music. To wrap it up, though, I really think overall Bob Marley One Love was a good film with the real potential to be a great film. I think, like I said, if they would have just made the runtime a little bit longer, gave the story more time to develop, we would have had, I would even dare to say, an Oscar-worthy film on our hands. But sadly, you know, it felt a little clunky, it felt a little rushed. And because of that, I can only give Bob Marley about a 7 out of 10. That being said, though, for all my reviews, I'm going to give a movie a scale from 1 to 10 because I know some people like that. But I'm also going to do a rating scale that's unique to the channel, which with the lower scale being, this movie's hot garbage, please don't waste 2 hours of your life. The mid scale being, if you have nothing else to do, go ahead and watch it. You'll have a good time. And the third scale and the best scale being, this movie's great. Please catch it in theaters before it's too late. Ah, that rhymed, you see?
Stop it. Get some help.
But anyways, if you made it this far, thank you. Please consider liking, subscribing. You know, I always thought to myself, I'm never going to be that guy asking for likes. But here we are. Never say never. Catch you on the next one.